Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Paul. Today I'm going to be doing some gardening and I'm going to be planting two cherry trees. Both of these cherry trees, here's the Lapin cherry and here's the Rainier cherry. Both of these cherry trees are sweet. These are sweet variety cherries and they'll grow, I think this one will grow to 15 feet. This one will grow to 15 feet and that one's going to grow, the Rainier is the bigger one, will go up to 25 feet. These are basically fruiting around the same time period and I'm hoping they're going to flower around the same time period, so I'm going to be able to get some cross-pollination between these two. So specifically on that topic, the Lapin cherry that I have is self-pollinating, whereas the Rainier cherry is not. So it requires, for better fruit, it requires cross-pollination, which is typically not such a big deal because usually there are other people that have cherry trees in the neighborhood. So wherever you may be living, there's typically somebody around that has a cherry tree, I assume, right? Depending on the circumstances. But I'm going to be planting these today. These are going to, they come in these pots, which are paper pots. I'm going to try cutting some holes in these, maybe cut off the bottom so the roots can spread out. I don't totally want to get rid of the pot just in case I decide to move these. I just want the roots to have a way to get down deep before winter sets in. These are going to be good for eating fresh off the tree, but also for canning. And cherry trees are also have beautiful flowers, as most of you probably know. Beautiful flowers and very nice bark. On some of these trees the bark is very nice looking as well. So pretty much all year round interest from these trees. So they'll be a beautiful addition to my garden. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I plant these and why. Alright, so I dug up 2 holes already. I have these maybe 10 feet apart. So I think I'm going to expand the holes. I think I'm going to put the larger one over there and the smaller one here. So the Rainier is going to go over there and the Lapin is going to go over here. Right, now I'm going to cut up the pot a little bit, so just to make it easier for the roots to get out from the bottom, I think I'm just going to make one hole in the center there. And over time the pot's going to break down, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal. It's going to allow the roots basically to get out easier, but it's also going to allow for me to move the pot if I decide to change the location. I don't think I will, but just in case. So the idea is I'm just going to make a hole in the center at the bottom of the pot. Okay, and yeah, so I think I'm going to start with this one here. Alright, so I made some holes, especially at the bottom there. These also have holes on the corners here, so I don't think the roots are going to have any problems. So I'm going to be planting these, the hole is a little bit too small, so I'm going to make the hole larger and maybe a little bit deeper. I want the top of the pots to be a little bit above ground level. Alright, finally I'm going to add a stake, a metal stake. Just to, this tree is pretty straight, but just to make sure that it grows, continues growing that way, I'm going to stake it, and I'm going to add some mulch at the end to make sure it has good water retention in the heat of summer, which is coming really quickly. Black mulch here, just wood mulch. I'm just going to cover the top. Basically, I just want to make sure that the tree survives the first year, because it's usually the hardest year for it to survive. There's a drought that usually happens for about a month here where I live in zone 6B, so it gets very sunny and hot. So this is a pretty wet area, but I'm just gonna add some mulch just in case. Okay, so I just lifted it a little bit higher because I think it was a little bit too low in the ground. So this is the Rainier cherry, so this is going to be the bigger cherry. This is the red and yellow variety. Very delicious fruit. I picked these last year. And this is the Lapin cherry, dark fruit. And yeah, I think I'm going to just lift this one a little bit higher from the ground. Finally today I'm going to be planting plum. This is a Mount Rainier plum. This plum can grow up to 12 to 15 feet tall and has a spread of about the same size. Yeah, it's hardy to, I'm not sure how hardy it is, but I'll look this up. It's probably very hardy. It's a European plum. This one has a more rounded fruit, and its variety is called Mount Royal. Because the plum seems to be some sort of what is it called? It's called Mount Royal. This is Freestone large dark blue plum. Okay, so it should be nice. Yeah, so the only instructions I need to follow is cut the rim of the pot. So I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, so just not too much of a bigger hole. The hole's just going to be pretty much the same size. Just want to make sure this one's above ground level. So yeah, so I'm going to be planting this plum right now. Just exactly with the edge of the house. Going to cut a hole in the bottom of the pot so the roots can get out easily. Right, so I'm finished. This is the plum, Mount Royal plum. It's a freestone kind, basically meaning that the seed inside the nut comes loose once you open the plum, follow the instructions. The only thing is that I need to come back and maybe cut the top of the It's April 20th and it's snowing. It's damaged. The flowers are damaged a little bit. This is after the snowfall. Flowers are damaged. So today I'm gonna put together the fire table there. Here it is. So I got I think it's a paint stair. So I put it in because this thing has vine-like tendencies. It's basically like a cactus and a vine. So this is going to give it some support as it's growing.